It's a law. It's not just our preference.
Yeah. I think one thing that listing agents could impress upon their sellers is when they're actually going to get paid. Megan, when are the sellers actually going to get paid?
Sellers get paid when we disperse our funds. And this is probably one of the last check boxes of a whole closing transaction. So everybody has to sign all of the documents. We have to have all of the buyer's money, either through their lender or through their, through their deposit. And then we have to take it to the county to record. The county has to stamp it, date it. We have to receive it back from the county or have notice that it's been recorded, time-stamped. And then once we get all that back and everything is good on our end, then we will start to process those funds. And the seller can either come pick up their check, we mail it to them if they're not in state, or we can just send it a wire through if we have their bank information.
Yeah. All of this is not instant. I guess what I'm trying to say here is it says the recording should happen as soon as reasonably possible for the attorney after the title update, after all the funds are in, after all the documents have been signed. So there's not even an obligation for immediate recording. This is taking into account when it's possible for the attorney to record in a reasonable time frame. Of course, we want to do it as quickly as possible because we don't like getting the calls of where's my money? When can I have the key? We want this to move along. We have no incentive to drag it out. Right. But I think there can be a misconception from sellers that maybe, oh, well, I signed the deed, just go stamp it and give me my money.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that has to happen in between. And then also the disbursement itself is not instant either. There's a lot of checks to be written.
We do not give checks out at the table.
Nope. They're like I went to another closing and the attorney gave it to me before recording. Well, maybe that attorney's comfortable with breaking the law, but we're not.
Right. It's a law. It's not just our preference.
Yeah, it is. If that attorney was giving away money at the closing table, then it was the attorney's own money. Because if that didn't record and they gave you money, then But yeah, so I think because of how often we get the question, we know that there could be more communication before the closing about this process.
Yes.
And more explanation to a seller because they'll be like, well, I'll just sit. I can wait in the lobby. I've got 15 minutes. If you could just run it out before I have to go. We're like, no.
I did have one the other day. They were going to go to Costco and then come back after their Costco trip. I said, well, how long does it take you at Costco?
Yeah, you got a long Costco trip.
Because it's going to be at least 3-4 hours minimum before we can.
And they're probably just running to grab some bread,
Pick up some more chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I hope they were buying TVs, school supply. They needed
the
literally a half
cart
day
experience. Yeah.
And then when it comes to sending a wire too, we can't send a wire till we verified the wire instructions. So if you're not available for us to verify wire instructions, then we're not sending a wire without doing that.